Okay, so welcome back to Figuring It Out, where we dive deep into our life, relationships, and our mental health. I'm Casey.
And I am Jason, and we are talking about this episode. We're going to be talking about social media and the effects that it has on people, everyday relationships, everyday struggles, everyday stress, and we're going to break that out piece by piece, criteria by criteria. So, in this podcast, we're going to be talking about. We don't really have like a register of how we're going to do it, the format, but we are going to discuss basically. I think what we should do is probably start Casey in real time. I know I'm just putting you on the spot here, but I think we should talk about maybe like we could talk about relationships if you'd like, or we can talk about just everyday stress that social media causes. Those two big criteria that we want to go over, and then we can go from there. But which one would you like to discuss first?
I have um, we'll discuss pros and cons of social media, share personal experiences, and dive into ways to manage the mental toll it can take on you.
Okay, yeah, that's way more formatted. Okay, clearly Casey has formats,
I
and
have
I
formats, Jason doesn't.
listen. I am not the best with formats. I'm not the most organized person. I just have a lot to say, and I'm very vocal about how I feel and who I am as a person. And I'm just forever grateful and forever growing.
So, personally, social media has probably affected me way more than I wanted it to. Obviously, you look at the media and you see people who are really skinny and look good, and obviously, was I had muscle on me and I was healthy, and I still am. I mean, I probably wouldn't consider myself the healthiest I could be, but I am getting healthier as time goes on. Um, but seeing that, like, I tend to really compare myself to a lot of people, but recently I have stopped that and have just started looking at myself rather than other people, because I know that I'm my own person and that's what really matters. Um, Not only that, but um, throughout my relationships, social media has been used to kind of throw bashes at me. Have I thrown bashes back? Absolutely. Should I do it? Probably not. But I'm also living my own life. And I have always used social media to show other people the truth of it all, because everyone seems to think they know my life, but they don't really know the extent, which is why I'm talking about it today. Um, so, my first relationship was very, very rocky. Um, he moved on quick all the time. Um, did I move on quick? No, because, like I mentioned in the last episode, I am possessive over things I love, because abandonment is a big issue in my life. So, obviously, I've been stalked, I've been called names, which has really affected me throughout my entire life. I've been screamed at in public because of what I've been posting on social media. I've been chased down in cars, I've been harassed, you name it. I've been through it all, because people genuinely don't care about my feelings. They never have. They only care about themselves, which has really affected me, truly. Um, I That's why I really hate social media. You can go out and do the things you love, but there's also that hate aspect where people come in and try to bring you down and tear you down for the things that you want to do in your life. Do I think that that's fair to anybody? No, because everyone should have the right to be creative, to speak their truth, to do whatever they want to do to better the world. And
Absolutely.
I just feel like the world is a very hateful place, and we need to step back and learn how to properly go about things. Like, obviously, I am still learning every single day how to go properly about things, because every day is a growing experience. But um, not all the effects are so bad. Um, I've obviously like met some of my closest friends on there. Like, I met Jason through TikTok, and we've been going through this healing journey together, which has been very good. And I've met like my person there. I've met multiple different friends from across the world, and I'm forever grateful for that. They're so supportive, so caring, so loving. Um, so social media isn't so bad, but there are also people who genuinely just don't care about emotions and put anything out there to hurt other people, which I think is something that we need to learn to better.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. I think Casey nailed on the head that when it comes to relationships and social media, people tend to miss. Sorry, my son in the background. People tend to miss the point when it comes to conversation and genuine connection and genuine people. It's so much harder, and you can quote me on this, Casey, and anybody can quote me on this, but it's so much harder to find someone who's genuine that isn't face to face. And what I mean by that is like long distance, whatever the case, somebody who's on social media and you have never met them, or even if you meet them for a short period of time, but it's mostly all social media, people have this upkeep or they have this generalized view that they must present something to affect others in social media, whether it's political, whether it's religion, whether it's just like I ate this food, which drives me crazy. Don't get me started on that when people like post what they eat and stuff. It's like, what the hell? Like, just eat the food, eat the damn food, okay? I mean, I get it if you're on a vacation, but like every day, come on. All right, Teresa, like relax. I'm joking. No, that's just a name, random name, but you get the idea. So, like, when it comes to social media, I think social media is just you got to really know someone. You have to meet them. You have to meet them, and when you meet them, and it's not the first time you meet them or the second time, but when you meet someone, like genuinely meet someone consistently, you get a pretty good idea of how you feel about them in your future and in your goals. You really do, 100%. And I guess the right people you have to meet less, but you get to know them as time goes on. Most people, I would say, it takes a quick, like it takes not quick. Sorry, it takes a long time to really get to know somebody genuinely when it comes to even like face to face connection and stuff like that. It takes like much more time.
Yeah.
But when you talk about just online personas or online people, that takes an exponential amount of trust, faith, and everything else, and something that I personally could never do. So I don't know how you do what you do, Casey, when it comes to that. To be honest,
I'm
because
crazy.
yeah, there you go, exactly. I gotta grab a charger too, but yeah, but with me, it's just social media is such a phony thing with everything when it comes to body dysmorphia, when it comes to anything. It's just such a phony thing. And it just is used, like, don't even get me started on AI generated videos
Oh
and
my
things like
goodness.
that, like you can AI generate people that like are stealing stuff. Like there's pranks out there that do that. Like you watch videos on that, like that looks so genuine that you could probably try to go to court with it. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's so freaking nuts. And,
Yeah.
and and like if social media is so advancing in that regard, right? We could just fake things, right? You can't believe a single thing on social media. If you can genuinely look at a video of someone stealing, like I could take a video of you, Casey, at a gas station. I could edit it so it looks exactly like you're a thief. If I can do that nowadays with this age of technology, what can you genuinely believe? Like I just watched a video actually, and it's crazy. And I should send it to you, Casey, and everyone should implore to look it up. Do you know those parkour videos that you watched when you were younger?
Yeah.
Like where people jump off things and jump building to building.
Mm-hmm.
That's green screen.
Seriously?
No, I'm dead serious. You can watch it. I watched the video and I found it. And it ruined my whole perception. What they do is they edit it to make it look like there's a big gap between two small buildings. Like it's not even buildings; it's two pedestals, but they edit it so it looks like a building and it looks like there's a space between. Most of those videos are actually faked.
Well, like I know like movies are fake, but like genuine parkour videos, like
Yes, like there's a lot of them fake. You cannot know. I have to send you a video on it, Casey, and I implore people to look into it. It's honestly scary. It's crazy. It's like, what? Like you can't believe a single thing anymore. Like the AI videos, the parkour videos. I'm seeing so much fakeness on social media and political. Don't even get me started on politics. Like it's just one thing after another, one side or another, and it's just like, oh my god. So I just cancel out social media. I use iMessage. I might be an old man, but I just don't do social media to that regard. I only talk to people that I generally just have care for. I have some connection with in that way, like as family and stuff. So I mean, I may be the wrong person to talk about social media at the end of the day because, or the right one.
I
Sure.
feel like you're more advanced in like being okay with, well, not like okay with, but you've reached an understanding of how much you should consume and how much you should believe.
Oh, believe nothing. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's controversial as hell, but believe nothing you see online. Nothing. Not a single thing you can believe. Everything is so fabricated nowadays. There's nothing to believe. And people are like, okay, well, what's your source? What's this? What's that? And yeah, sure, there's sources like scientific studies. I get that. Understandable. Okay, there's within reason. But what I'm saying is when it comes to a news source, I just don't listen to the news. I don't trust the
Yeah,
news. I don't trust any news. I don't. I don't. I just don't trust that you can have an unbiased news. You cannot. You cannot. Because us humans, we're all biased. It is something I learned in sociology actually in grade 11, I think it was. That was the first thing we learned, right? And I like said a question to the teacher and I was like, all right, if everyone's biased, the sources that you are telling me that I can use, aren't you biased in that regard by that? Like, isn't it a whole paradox where just continuously, like, everyone's
yeah,
biased,
it
nobody's
is.
right? And she said, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But this is their criteria for education. I was like, So the education's biased. So the education's biased, the government's biased, everyone's biased. So at the end of the day, it's about what you value as a person. And that's what it should be about. It should not be the value of the person, but the value you have as a person. And I think that that is something that needs to be addressed when it comes to social media, when it comes to the topic of it. People need to look within themselves and look in the values that they have as a person and not what they see on social media. Because enough people don't do that. They don't do that. They see a post or they see like I don't know, like anti-fascist, or they see something that's trending, or some movement is trending, right? And they just like, yeah, that aligns to my goals, so I'm gonna join that group. But it's like you don't even know that group. You don't know what you're joining, really. You don't. Most people don't know. They're like, oh, this aligns partly with what. That's why I don't have any alignment. I mean, that is even a reason why I walked away from a church because it just wasn't
It wasn't
sitting right
aligning
with
with
me.
you,
I
yeah.
don't. Yeah, because I don't fit in a group. I don't want to be put into a group.
Because you're your
When it's
own person and everyone is their own person. Absolutely.
right, right, and it's just like I don't want to call out the pastor for doing anything wrong per se, but the pastor said themselves, like, and there's posts on their social media or anything. I won't say anything on that, but they do have social media posts and stuff, and the pastor was like, if this church hasn't changed you, then go find another church, and I'm like, what? that's like, yeah, I don't want to get too much into the faith aspect of it, but to me, that doesn't align with morality. That doesn't align with what I believe God is. And God is not a building. Like, to put any kind of effort or anything you gain from a building is just not okay with me. And I had a discussion with the pastor, and I was like, listen, I think you're a little prideful in what you do, and I just can't stand by it. And I'm sorry. And he respected it, and we walked away. And that takes a lot of guts. It does. It takes a lot of guts to say that to someone who acts in a certain way, or they're preaching and stuff. So to say that to a pastor is very, very hard. And what their response was like, all right, if you walk away from the church, we'll see where your life is in 2 months, and I'm gonna reach out to you. And I was like,
That's so incredibly weird.
It sounds like you're insinuating something at that point. I was like,
yeah,
what is that?
That's like egotistical.
Yeah, that sounds very bad. And he's just like, I recommend against it, but this is your choice. So don't come to my church. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I won't. I respect you as a person. I respect your family, beautiful family, all that. But at the end of the day, I just can't align with it. And you know what? It wasn't a bad decision at all. It was anything but the wrong decision, because it's not that they don't have faith. I'm not saying that I'm better than them in any way, but I am saying from social media aspect, they brought up the fact, and this will connect to social media, they brought up the fact that they're connected. Their church is connected to Kenneth Copeland. Do you know who that is?
No.
You look up Kenneth Copeland. He's the richest pastor in the world. You mean to tell me the richest pastor in the world is the most noble man out there? You got to be joking me. You got to be joking me. And I tried to make my case about Kenneth Copeland, and they just try to make an excuse and be like, oh, it's a reporter and all this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And like, I brought up the pastor about our podcast. I brought up to the pastor about our podcast. You want to know what the response was?
What?
They wanted to know if you stand for holiness or not. And if not, they told me to stop doing it.
What does he mean if I stand for holiness?
Like, basically, he was like, oh, do you follow God? And if you do not follow God in his way, then I am preaching the wrong things, and I am doing more harm than good.
I believe that anyone can preach the way that they want to preach.
Yeah, I believe that you don't have to be a Christian to make a difference. Now we can debate and stuff philosophical about you need to be a Christian to get wherever, whatever. That's a different topic, and that's something I don't want to get into, and nor would I ever want to get into it anyway, because I love everybody for who they are. And that's what Jesus preached, and that's all I will say on that. I don't want to get too controversial here, but I think that's just my point of view. And back to the social media aspect of it, it's just so ridiculous to me that you can't believe anything. And when it comes to relationships, I talked on this on episode 2.5 that Tinder, if you're looking for something real, wait for that person, because they'll come in your life when you least expect it. Like, they could be right in front of you and you not know it. Oh, hey, nope, my son's spilling cookie dough bites. Nope, you're not spilling that. You're eating it if you want it. Sorry. Hey, give me that. You in the butt. Yeah, you don't have to cut that out. That's cute. You're being a cute little boy. But you're so cute.
But yeah, like, you're not gonna find what you're looking for on dating apps, or like even like Hinge, like, or like those apps where you like go on dates with people. Like, people have said that they're good, but I still don't trust them. Like, it's never something that I ever really wanted to get into, because like, I did have the Tinder aspect. I had loads of self-respect, walked away from people who I knew were bad people, didn't involve myself with basically anybody because I know exactly what's out there, and I feel like a lot of people don't. That, or they just don't care or have no self-respect, which I think is something that genuinely has to change, because the world is incredibly full of lust. And like I said in one of our previous podcasts, cheating is incredibly normalized. And I don't think people actually realize what micro cheating is.
You can elaborate on that just to like put it out there, you know?
Micro cheating?
Yeah, might as well, because even me, I might know, but there might be a different definition for me. So, elaborate a little.
Micro cheating is obviously when you are like, it's pretty obvious that there's feelings for someone else, but you just won't say it to that person.
Mm, yeah, I know what you're saying now. I get that.
Yeah. And I feel like in that moment, you do have to be open and honest with that person, especially when they ask. Don't just shy away from it and be like, oh no, like, there's nothing there, when there quite clearly is something there. Because
Yeah.
it really does hurt. Like, I've been through it multiple times. Like, micro cheating is a big thing, and I stand by it. I'm sorry, when I see micro cheating, it makes me want to leave.
But yeah, no, micro cheating is definitely a thing, and my rule is, um, that that I would say to a special someone, in my life, like I've stated, um, if anyone cheats in a relationship, it's done. There is no reconciliation. It doesn't exist. I don't believe it. I will never believe it. I will stand by that. That doesn't exist. You cross that line, it's done. It is done. It is done. You close that chapter. That's it. There's no like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was drunk, or I was stupid, or blah blah blah. Like, no.
You know what you did.
Yeah, you made a very open decision. You fucked up. That's on you. I am never, ever going to be with somebody that cheats. Ever in my life. It won't happen. It will never happen. I stand by that, and I will always stand by that. I learned so much in my life, and no. And yeah, and that's literally like one of my only basic rules. We can communicate about a lot of things, but that I will never stand for, because what is mine is mine. You know what I mean? And when I have that person, they are mine, and I stand by that, and
as you should.
Yeah, as I should. And
because, like, why are we normalizing hurting people instead of just trying to grow with them?
I think people are so desensitized to it that the reason it's so normalized is because there's people like that are I don't even know how to say it. That share partners and stuff like that. And like in some cultures it's normalized, and I just think that it's appalling to me, because at the end of the day, like certain cultures, from what I understand, I might be wrong, and I don't want to say cultures and be culture appropriate or anything, but I do think that there is cultures out there that have it normalized, where basically like a partner can sleep with anybody, but as long as they come back to the same household as the person, they're still in love.
Like an open relationship?
Yeah, basically, right?
Yeah, I really don't mess with that.
Why would you give yourself up? Like, when you're intimate with somebody, it is a moment of like, you're giving yourself, you don't just do that to anybody. Like, that is something very serious. That is something you just don't do. And when it comes to social media pushes lust to a very, very extreme degree. We can talk about the harmful effects of certain types of social media. I don't know if we want to go there, but we could.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, there's very harmful messaging around certain type of how shall I say, Casey? Pornography.
Oh my.
But that is a topic that most people avoid, and it does affect our culture. It does affect social media.
Because everyone feels like they have to show parts of themselves to be seen in this world, and
yes,
that's not the reality. You don't have to show your body to anybody to be seen or heard. If they don't see or hear you for who you are, they're not for you. At all.
Yeah, and I can't stand like Instagram. I have it. I never go on it because it's all like bikinis and all this and cars, and it's so stupid. It's so fabricated. It's so dumb. Like I'm so above that. Like no, dude, if you're a guy listening to this, okay, you can speak to a girl if you want, Casey. But if you're a guy listening to this and you're scrolling, hello, my name is Jason Chip, and I'm here to change the world, one viewer at a time. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, while eating cookie dough. But you can't blame me. Cookie dough, damn good. Mm-mm-mm.
It is.
So good.
I'm a cookie dough-holic.
Fair enough, but I gotta clean up this mess of cookie dough. My goodness, he spilled it, my son.
I like when I'm addicted to things and I just put like a holic at the end. It just makes it like so much funnier.
And that goes to episode 1 of our podcast. If you haven't heard that, obviously Casey needs a good listen of that because she has some addiction she needs to work out clearly. So
yeah, I've realized that I'm very addicted to social media because I do want to help other people, but I have had
no, Casey's fucked. Casey's fucked. Like point blank, Casey's fucked with social media, guys. Like point blank. Like there's no debate. You can't even speak right now, Casey. I'm sorry, but I talk to Casey. I talk about relationship that I'm going on, or I'll talk about Casey as my friend, like about my life going on, and Casey's just like, huh? Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat that, please? Right? And like Casey's having an important discussion with somebody, and like was texting me, and I was like, Casey, pick a conversation. And I was like, I'm gonna let you be, and you'll text me after, because at the end of the day, that is part of social media. You're trying to please everybody, and that's not the way I live, and that's not the way anybody should live. It's such a harmful way to live. It is. It's genuinely horrible, and I just think that people should not live that way. Is the way I look at it. How long also is this episode so far connected with the other one? Because it's probably around 40 minutes, is it?
No, it's only like 30.
Oh my gosh, another 10 minutes with you. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, another 10 minutes with Jason. Ah!
No, you can't do it. That's not fair. You can't just like repeat what I said. That's not how that works. I'm the one complaining here at the end of the day. Like it's rough. Like I could complain for 10 minutes. I could do it. 100%. 100%. Well, I did mention that I was gonna like shit talk Casey so bad about social media the whole episode, so I could do that for 10 minutes. We could do that. Hashtag cancel Casey.
No.
Oh. That was really smart. We're gonna make merch. We're definitely doing it.
Oh yeah, we are making merch. Me and Jason are in the works right now of making a little hoodie for you guys to check out. So once we figure that out, we're gonna get a little Shopify account set up so that you guys can order some of our merch and flaunt it around and tell people that we're trying to make a change. Because we are.
No. You messed that up, Casey. No, we're trying to figure it out.
What he said. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have really been struggling with the social media aspect. I do need to start putting limits on myself. I need to make myself a schedule because it's becoming very, very unhealthy, and I've noticed that it's affecting my mental a lot more. I overanalyze a lot of things. That's just who I am as a person. Like, I'm very in depth with everything that I do. But it's becoming unhealthy, and a way to change that obviously is, like how you have that screen time thing on your phone.
Yeah.
So like you can actually go in and put limits on your apps, and you can put a limit on when you can use all your apps. Like you can put a downtime on. So like I've started putting a downtime on my phone because I really do need to have moments to myself where I can just like journal and really dive into my feelings, which is something that I have been doing a lot recently. Because journaling is really important. If you can't speak about your issues, writing them down is just as good. Um, because you're still getting it out in some way, shape, or form. Holy
Casey can't
crap!
speak English. I've been paying for English courses for her for a while, to be honest. She didn't want me to tell you guys and expose that, but I just wanted to let you guys know that that is the case, that we're trying to get Casey to, like, acknowledge she has a problem with English, and it's probably due to, like, the brain rot on the internet, and, but she'll get there one day. I'm going to keep working on it. I promise, guys, it won't be so complicated.
Yeah, I need to go back to English class.
No.
Maybe just a little bit. I just can't speak when I want to, is what I've determined.
So, guys, she just admitted that she doesn't want to do the podcast, but she said she only speaks when she doesn't want to. So,
What?
I'm just saying, your words, not mine.
No, like, it's very hard for me to be open because every time I've tried to be open, it's been shut down. Or it's just been, like, acknowledged that it's too much, which is why, like, me trying to speak about them, like, out loud is very difficult because, like, I'm going to give an example from my past relationship right now. Because we were going through a rough patch for, I want to say, 3 months, like, exactly. And anytime that I had an issue, he would just be like, oh, go journal, go in the other room and go journal. Like, do something for yourself. That's not helping me. He's not supporting me. He's just shutting down my feelings entirely. And I guess that's just why it's so hard for me to open up. Family is the same too. They kind of just were always like, I don't understand why you feel like this. I don't understand why you're so, like, anxious all the time. But it's just because of the amount that I was minimalized in person and on social media. Like, I've been minimalized everywhere in my life. I don't think I've ever, like, been able to be fully open, which is why I'm trying to change that through this podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are going to make changes in the life. So I want everyone to do more face-to-face contact with friends and family. If you have a relationship, get off the phone and make some dates happen. Stop doing the stupid phone stuff, guys, because realistically, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to be honest. You got to get some, like, FaceTime if you have to, but some interaction face-to-face, at least, if you can't do, because that is so crucial in relationships, guys. So please, from the bottom of my heart, I'm going to speak for Casey because I can do that because I'm management of this department and this, legally that's a joke, but I do run this thing and I am the boss of this whole podcast. I do the editing. I do the.
You do not.
I do everything for this podcast. Truly, Casey just speaks here and there, and I don't know why, but it's crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see how it is.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna take over the podcast. Yep, that's the plan. My evil diabolical plan. I can't even fucking speak. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Anyway,
see, maybe you need the English classes.
Okay, listen. In conclusion, social media is, there's positives, and the pros we haven't really talked about much, but I want to speak on a pro, is like, look at what we're doing and the message that we have and how genuine we are, and we are using social media through that. So there is positive uses of social media, but I think you need to take out your personal values when it comes to social media, and I think social media will be a healthy place. That's my view. That's my conclusion, actually. So I'm going to leave it to Casey now to finish it.
Was that like you mocking me?
At first it was, but then I like started doing like some really smart voice, and it was like it was you know, it was just too smart to be your voice, Casey. Anyway, go on.
Oh, okay. Ultimately, it's literally just about finding balance. Like, social media can be great, but consuming too much of it can really take a toll on you, and make you get lost in true connection. Like, you have to really like put yourself out there and put an effort into real connections. Like, action speaks louder than words always. And I'll preach that till the day I die,
Damn
because
right.
if I'm being so honest, I've never gotten flowers without asking. Never
Yeah,
once. So, you know, I don't
yeah,
know.
that's something. That's
That's
something that I.
that's
Yeah,
something.
yeah. There's definitely moments that you know, me and Casey talk over, you know, over the phone and stuff, our own private conversations where Casey's like, well, you know, I see how meaningful someone is in your life, and you know how you're taking steps and kind of analyzing kind of where she stands, and she's like, huh. And it gives her an opening of what she might want to expect. Uh, and you know, telling her self-worth as my friend, and explaining to her like this is what any person who cares about someone should do, and teaching her every day, day to day, that you know everyone, I mean, genuinely, any friend or anything is just worth more than they think they are, and that's the truth. Like, it's not just Casey. Like, family members, I've said this too. Like, I have a family member who's you know going for mayor, and she's a female, and I encourage her so much. I pressed on, and she's like, it is what it is. And I'm like, no, if you want this, go for it.
Yeah,
Like, you got this.
exactly.
You know what I mean? I believe in you, sis. You know, and just like my sister right now, Casey. You know, if you want something to work, you got to know what you want and thrive for it. And if they can't match it, then fuck them. Sorry, that's true. Because at the end of the day, I don't put up with bullshit. I put up with genuineness, and I believe I have found everything I'm looking for when it comes to that in my life. So that's what I have to say.
And I'm glad that you found that. I just hope that things aren't going to blow up in my face. And if they
Yep.
do, then that's okay. Like, whatever, I'll get over it. Like, I always get over everything somehow, some day,
That's what I
through
always say.
anything. But yeah, really reflect on your social media habits.
And you know, not to be brash, but don't get a management team.
I don't think I ever will. I think I'm just gonna do my own thing.
No, I'm just speaking for anyone who's viewing this podcast.
Yeah,
You know,
if you're like trying to become big, obviously like getting under a management is something that will help you get to where you need to be, but also, are you really being yourself? Are you really expressing yourself to the full extent that you want to express yourself? Is basically what I'm getting at. Because, like, I'm someone who likes to do everything myself. I'm very independent. I will work as hard as I need to get anything done on my own, because I believe that I don't have to work under anyone to get to where I need to be.
perfect. Yeah, well, that is the podcast for today, and back to you, champ. No, but what I wanted to say really is that thank you so much, Casey, for having me on the podcast. Of course, as we always do, we do these podcasts. I'm gonna be doing voices from now on because you know what? I like doing it, and I like being myself, and that's thanks to a special someone in my life. So, yeah, I'm gonna be myself from now on. I don't care what anyone else thinks, but that person. So that's just how I view my life now. And I couldn't be happier. Genuinely, I am so happy in my life and the way it's going. So, without further ado, I'm signing off. My name's Jason Chip. It's Casey Timmons. And we'll see you in the next one.
We do encourage you to go fill out the form that I have in my Instagram bio. That is where we connect with you and hear your experiences so that we can give you insight and advice and hopefully push you in the right direction to get to where you need to be.
Absolutely. Go check that form out. It's honestly pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. We kind of go over it. If we get a lot of people, talking on the forum and putting the form out, we can do a special episode where we go over people's problems and we give advice and give talks and stuff. And I think that would be an genuinely amazing part of the podcast. And I genuinely should do the form myself, but I already have my life out there, so I can't really do that. I'll get my son to do it. It's okay. Dad did not give me snacks. What do I do? Do I cry loud? Do I cry louder? Or what do I do? I don't know what to do. And I'll be like, listen, you gotta listen to your parents. That's my advice. So I can picture my son, what he would say. Dad doesn't give me snacks. And I'm like, I give you snacks sometime.
So, thanks for tuning in to Figuring It Out. We hope today's conversation gave you somewhat of a push in the right direction and into how social media really does affect your mental health. So be sure to subscribe, save this, share it to somebody, repost it, do anything to get it out there because we're making a change. We're everyday people talking about everyday problems. We just want to show people that vulnerability is okay. It's okay to not be okay, as I always say, because that's what spikes your growth. So continue to grow every single day. Be vulnerable. Take some time, sit somewhere, write in a journal, talk to somebody, do something you love. Absolutely. So have a great one. Absolutely great day. And we'll see you next week. I'm not spoiling the episode yet, but I'll give teasers throughout the week.
You're not going to tell me until the episode comes. That's crazy. You're not even going to tell me, Casey?
I'm going to tell you, but I don't have it up.
Oh, so you're not going to tell the fans that watch your show, but you're going to tell me. That's crazy. Like, that's so mean.
I'm going to tell them. No, I just don't have it on my thing right now. I kind of forget what I had. I have like a 12-week outline.
Cancel Casey. Cancel Casey. That's all I have to say to that. Cancel Casey. Casey doesn't care about the fans. Okay,
I do care. Post.
I'm making a TikTok account. Hashtag cancel Casey.
I forget what it is, Jason.
I know.
But yeah, we love you all, and we hope that you're doing amazing. So yes, we'll see you next week again.
See you next week.